Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So Love Meg today. I am super late to this, like just discussing the whole shabacle that Love Meg did. This was actually sent to me by a couple of people, so thank you for sending me this. I don't always really check in. Sorry, I've got hair, literally my hair, dog hair, cat hair all over me. I don't really check in on Love Meg so much anymore, so I'm grateful whenever anyone sends me any of her stories and stuff, because I'm like, oh, let's go see what they're doing.
And I really wish there were more people out there trying to bring this to YouTube's attention and being like, look, like you have to shut these channels down.
And of course, what she is doing is she's once again trying to stir up, not even stir up, she tries to get a rise and a bite out of the commentary channels, and fair enough, she has. I mean, Oakley YouTuber Headlines has already done a video on this, Radiant Brit has already done a video on this, I'm now doing a video on this. Am I missing anyone else? Honestly, like the people who she called out and she said all of us were ruining her time on YouTube or whatever was going on, and she said that we were bullying her off of the platform. Well, whenever people stop talking about her, or whenever people just go like, nah, not really that interesting, she always brings up the her leaving YouTube situation all over again. She did it not even that long ago. She literally came back to YouTube and did a little video supposedly to tell the people that didn't realise why she'd gone, the reasoning why she'd gone. I mean, this in the nicest possible way, but I just don't think people really care about it anymore. I mean, Love Meg drama is just so like redundant at this point. She's not very nice to her fans. She's not very nice to people that support her, pay her way. She expects people to pay thousands and thousands for courses, which you can basically get this information for free on YouTube anyway. I feel like she thinks of herself as quite high and almighty. Like she kind of puts herself on a bit of a pedestal, and that shows. And I feel like she's gone away to Europe, she's now gone away, she's doing her own thing, she's supposedly having like the time of her life, yet she's recording videos talking about why she left YouTube when people already know why she'd already left. And then to top it all off, she's now coming back on doing Instagram rants about how basically we're all snakes and how she still needs to bring this up.
People say that you've committed a felony when you haven't. If that's not slander, I don't know what is.
I'm gonna go through this video, but what I'm trying to get at is I feel like whenever she senses like a drop in viewership or a drop in people actually giving a shit, sorry, pardon my French, she then regurgitates the same stuff about commentary channels. She's the one bringing it up. And I will say this time and time again, the majority of the content that we all pick apart does not and hasn't really ever come from her YouTube. It's nearly always come from Instagram. So if she doesn't do anything that warrants any form of conversation on her Instagram, no one will ever talk about her. So her whole, oh, I left YouTube to protect my mental health, falls completely flat because everyone always gets this information from Instagram. She's a bit of a mare over on Instagram, and that's the reason why I mostly talk about her. I don't talk about her cleaning videos, and no one ever really did. It's just a little bit confusing. Anyway, so she came back and she started doing this rant, and I'm just gonna give my own 2 cents about it. She hates commentary channels. She hates all of us with an absolute passion because we call her out on her crap, but she also symbiotically needs us to talk about her, otherwise she just fades away into irrelevancy. So whenever she then starts to feel like she is fading away into irrelevancy, she brings up commentary channels all over again to try and garner sympathy and to make probably the few fans she actually has left get all up in arms. But she kind of needs us to talk about her, otherwise no one would even know who she is. She starts off by saying, you know, that she feels like she needs to bring this situation up again. She feels like it's really important for her to do so. She likes to talk about this occasionally because she says that it's an important cause.
Some people are already reaching out, like being super nice and saying like, don't focus on the haters, like focus on us who are like truly here for you. And I don't focus on the haters, but it's definitely something that I like to talk about occasionally, because if I am not being the change and talking about the change that I want, how can I expect change to happen?
And what I will say to that is I remember her making a video where she was crying, saying that she wanted to unalive herself and that she felt like she felt all these different things. And this wasn't even that long ago. This was literally earlier on this year. She made a video saying all these different things. So if it's that traumatic, and it's that much of a big thing. I mean, me making this video is literally giving her what she wants. If it's that big a thing, then why do you feel the need to bring it up occasionally? Whenever, because you know, everyone's gone through some traumatic stuff in their life, whether like having something traumatic happen to you is quite subjective to the person. Something that I've gone through as traumatic may not be as bad as what someone else has gone through. But I'm just saying that whenever I've gone through traumatic experiences, I don't want to relive it. I don't want to talk about it and keep on bringing it up and keep on putting it back into the atmosphere for it to be a conversation point, especially if it only just happened, which does, and it always has made me question just how much were commentary channels actually having a part to play in this whole thing. Was it just because her views dipped? Because this is just what I think. I think it was just because her views dipped and she wasn't really getting that much love with the algorithm anymore. She threw her toys out the pram and she then created a new website. But not a lot of people have really hopped on over there. So now she has this ongoing battle on where should I go? What should I do? Which is the reason why she's created all these different courses. It's just really obvious to see once you take a step back, but she says that she wants to keep on bringing it up because apparently it's a really important cause, and there's got to be some element of bullying going on YouTube, you know, because channels get terminated, taken down all the time. But any commentary I've ever give, or most of the commentary I've ever seen on her, some of it can be a bit harsh, but this is just, it's not, I wouldn't call it bullying. I'd say it was, you know, harsher commentary. Some of it that I've seen.
You have to shut these channels down.
Starts talking about neighbours and how she gives this analogy of you have these neighbours and then you really, really miss having these neighbours and you want the neighbours to come over and join you, but they can't.
You have to shut these channels down. Something in your house, like a snake, that is actually being a danger to you, you aren't just going to ignore it. No matter how many great things you have going on in the rest of your life, you're like, this is something that is there that I have to deal with. Unfortunately, the truth of it is also kind of like if you have to move to find a safer area, but then there are neighbors that you had that you really loved who couldn't come with you. And it's like, man, if the community, if the area could just clean up all these snakes, I could go back and hang out with the people that I know are there just, you know, like they're not there to hate on me.
And it's like going on about how much she loves her neighbours, and it's like, how much did you love your neighbours, i.e. her supporters and fans, when you were trying to charge them extortionate amounts of money to do courses and do things like that? You can't love your supporters that much if you A, get annoyed at them for not being able to pay high amounts of money for a course, and B, just charging them large amounts of money for a course. You can't respect your fans that much. I'm nearly 99% sure the reason why she's umming and ahhing about even going back onto YouTube is because they probably need the money. They sold their house, they're living in Europe. From the looks of it, I don't know, are they having a good time? I don't know. They're literally in Germany in bleak winter. Like, it is going to be cold as hell there. It's going to be way, way colder over there compared to like where I am right now. And where I am right now has gotten down into like the -6s, 7s, and that's too cold for me. So for them, coming from quite a hot, like a hotter climate, to going to, you know, bleak, cold German winter, I do understand, like, it's got to be a bit of a, like, wow, maybe this is difficult. She's also been saying that she's been moderating the comments for years, and it's like, yes, you have been moderating the comments for years, because she can't possibly look at it. But the thing is, she's like, oh, for the past 6 years we've been moderating. She wasn't widely disliked, from my own knowledge, 6 years ago.
So on YouTube, I saw a few questions asking like, can't you just turn the comments off, or can't you just like hold all the comments for review and then approve them? And that is something that's been happening for, I want to say 6 years now. Every comment on my YouTube channel has been held for review. Someone else that I was paying read them, and then I read them after they got approved. But so that's something that I haven't even had to think about in like 6 years.
Like, she was a much more likable character for mum cleaners, you know what I mean? She was much more likable. People quite liked her. So why were you having people moderate your comments 6 years ago? Supposedly it is Justin who does this moderating, by the way. This is just what I've heard. This is what people have been telling me in my comment section, that apparently it's Justin, her husband, who's been doing this moderating. The thing that I don't understand is that if she was already having people moderate 6 years ago, the comments that she would have been receiving before commentary channels really picked up on her, wouldn't have been vastly critical. They would have been mild criticism, probably to the point that I get, and probably to the point where a lot of other people get. You just get these little snide comments here and there and you brush it off. So why the hell was she having someone moderate comments 6 years ago? Like, it just proves to me that she can't handle any little bit of criticism, because the criticism she would have been getting back then would be a hell of a lot tamer than what she would have got right now. And you can tell it's like a massive hug box. I always feel like I'm repeating myself with her, because whenever I come on and talk about her, it's usually because she said something, a rant about commentary channels or about something in her Instagram, and I come on and I'm like, no, I don't think that's right. And it's the same stuff, just regurgitated with a different bow on top every single time.
The videos that create a mob of people, and people who literally call you and harass you and just all kinds of things, send you emails and death threats, and that's when it's a problem. It's a big problem.
She's also saying that people are calling and harassing her, and once again she's redirecting it back to the fact that commentary channels are somehow to blame in all of this. And I just want to make this known that there are other places to get this kind of information from other than video form. You've got like gossip forums, Reddit, you've got all these different places which have been going a little bit, quite a lot longer. Like, gossip forum's been going on before the commentary channel started kicking in. What I was gonna say is that, you know, if she's having people that are going to call and harass her, commentary channels are not telling people to call and harass them. I do understand that if you are a commentary channel, you're basically inviting in different kinds of people who may not like the people that you're talking about, and they might take it to the next level, but those people will exist even if you have a commentary channel, even if the commentary channel is there to begin with. People are going to do that. So by her saying, oh, commentary channels are somehow to blame for the calling and the harassing, A, why have they got your number anyway? And B, I don't get what the correlation is.
It's a big problem, and it's something that YouTube needs to be taking seriously, because they wouldn't make these videos for free. Literally talked with people at YouTube about this, basically saying like, this is obviously hate and slander. When people say that you've committed a felony when you haven't, if that's not slander, I don't know what is.
What about, oh, you know, people wouldn't make these videos for free? And I'm just like, I think she massively, you know, she's overestimating just how much commentary channels actually get from the content that they produce. You know, people would make stuff for free. You have much smaller channels than me who are still pumping out content because they just enjoy it. Like, for me, making Love Meg videos, they're not my highest earning videos by any stretch of the imagination, but I still think it's important to talk about, because whenever she comes on and she then starts like being and moaning about us as a whole, banding us all in together, going, oh yeah, all you commentary channels, blah, 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 she's trying to censor. I'm not saying all of it is completely factual, but she's trying to censor people's opinions, and you can't do that. If Meg's able to come on her Instagram live and give her opinions on just anything, then why can't we? She's perfectly within her right to start up her own bloody commentary channel. She's perfectly within her right to do so. I think she'd actually make quite a lot of money. I don't understand why she doesn't, to be honest, because commentary, maybe she should do that. Maybe she should just take her own advice and just start doing some commentary videos, and then she can see just how much money comes rolling in, because it's just so redundant at this point. And for her to keep on bringing up the fact that commentary channels are the problem, we're all the problem, she's done absolutely nothing wrong, is absolutely stupid. No one, not this many people, what was probably like 4 or 5 of us, no one is gunning for her like together. Like, we're not all in on this little clan trying to take her down. No one even talks about her until she comes on and starts talking about us, and this is just the way that it has always been. And I'm telling you, the minute she needs more money, the minute her views start going down, the minute she wants more engagement, what does she do? She starts talking about YouTube again and why she left, and it's just so dull. It's just so boring. This is probably, unless she does something like massively interesting, this will probably be the last time I talk about her in this particular situation, because it honestly, like, you can watch any of my last videos on her talking about comedy channels, they're all the same, because it's just like I've got nothing else left to give about this conversation. Anyway, sorry for that rant. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. The light is looking a lot better in here because I'm filming extra early. I will try and get a video out every single day before Christmas. I'm going to try and make that my main mission. I've been quite busy, like a lot of you guys, just wrapping and sorting out all this different stuff. I really do actually quite enjoy this time of the year. I wasn't feeling very festive at the beginning, but now it's creeping a bit closer. I'm feeling a little bit of that magic. So all's well and good. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.